everybody, welcome to the Watch Pals. My name's Chris. This week we watched The Legend of Drunken Master. Before we talk about that, I'm going to introduce the panel of pals. First, I want to say hello to Brian. Brian, how they hanging?
Long and gumbally.
Yeah, gumbally.
Great to have you here.
I sat in some gum. You want to take a look?
You want to doctor, please look at this. I think I sat in gum.
Next, we got Jeff. Jeff, how are they hanging?
They're close to the chest. I don't know.
That's the opposite.
Great to hear it. And Jordan's here too. Jordan, how are they hanging?
They're not. They're gone.
Whoa.
Eunuch.
Well,
Wow.
Good to hear. I'm glad everybody here for another
I can sing
episode.
really high right now, so that's cool.
Perfect. This week, we watched a movie called Legend of Drunken Master. I'd never seen it. Brian's choice, so he's going to be leading this episode. Before we get into that, Brian, why did you pick The Legend of Drunken Master?
You know, actually, I was thinking about that before the episode. The first Jackie Chan movie I saw was his big first U.S. release, which was Rumble in the Bronx.
Yep.
And so I saw that in the theater with my dad, and I became a huge fan instantly because I never saw an action movie like that released in the theater. I'd seen growing up, I'd seen Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, was a big fan of that and stuff like that.
Great.
But
he's more.
Never seen
He
it.
does more comedy too, which is that action and comedy is like.
yeah, he
is what
mixes
does,
it well. Yeah, Jackie Chan. So yeah, Rumble in the Bronx was huge for me. So, you know, seeing all his movies over the years, I became a huge fan, but this was, and probably still is, my favorite film of his. I think it's the best film he's done as far as plot, action, just everything. He just nailed it in this movie. So I just wanted to I wanted to see what you guys thought of it. If you had seen it before, or if you had, if you had seen it, if you haven't seen it in a while, that kind of thing.
So I've never seen it. Jordan, have you seen it?
No, I did. My brother was really into kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Like hardcore.
And Kung Fu.
Yeah, and Kung Fu, yeah. So I watched a bunch of it, but I remember hearing about this movie, so I wasn't sure, because I know when it was released originally released just Drunken Master 2, but when it was released in the U.S. it was Legend of the Drunken Master, is that right?
Right. It came out in Hong Kong in 94 as Drunken Master 2. This was a sequel to the original. And I know you guys give me a hard time about this, but the whole reason I actually picked this one, aside from it being a sequel, is that this movie actually does stand on its own, because the character, at least the main character he plays, Wong Fei-hung, he doesn't really interact with anybody in this movie from the first one. The only thing that carries over from the first film to this one is that the fact that when he gets drunk, he becomes an insane kung fu master. That's his power, that he's a drunken style boxing. That's his specialty. He's the most known for it around. He's the toughest fighter. So in picking this movie, you don't really need to know anything from the first movie aside from that. Every character in this movie stands on its own. His family is brand new. The characters
Brand new fam.
Brandnewfam.com. You can go there right now, sign up. No, but everybody else is new in this movie, so that's why I picked it.
That's so strange that they would just basically retcon
Recast.
the first one.
Yeah, it's.
That happens
I
a
think
bunch,
it's.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of did a reboot. I may pick this down the road, and I'll probably regret saying this now, but if you watch Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2, it's, I don't know if you guys have you guys seen either of those movies?
Of course.
Nope.
Right.
Wow.
I knew it, Chris. Anyway, so that's, but Evil Dead 1, something really bad happens to that main character at the end of Evil Dead 1. And then in Evil Dead 2, he immediately fucking returns to the house.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's pretty much a weird soft reboot. You have to not acknowledge everything from the first film to the second one. That's kind of the weird situation it's in, right? So,
Jeff, you've seen this before?
I have. It's been a very long time, and honestly, I don't know if I saw it. I did see it in theaters as a young child. I was probably
You did?
I did. But I think I saw it at the Dollar Theater, so it was after its big release. So I was probably 11 or 12, but I had seen Rumble in the Bronx before that.
So this came out in 2000, right? In the
No, this came out in 94, 95.
well, 94 in Hong Kong, but I'm trying to see when it came out in the U.S.
I think it was 2000 in the U.S.
2000.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, so
Then I
you
definitely
weren't a
saw
young
it
kid.
So it's Drunken Master 2. 94 in Hong Kong, and then it was
The
Legend of Drunken.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2000.
Okay, so then I saw it when I was an adult kid. I saw it in theaters, and when you guys said
A man
1994,
child.
so I was like, man, I must have seen it young. I don't remember. It was a long time ago I saw it, but I specifically remembered the fight scenes, but I forgot all of the story, basically.
The plot, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd never seen this before. What I was expecting from this was, I don't know. I originally, when you told us, I think you told us in the last episode, I thought you said Legend of Drunken Master. So I thought it was like about Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yes,
And so I was like, yeah. And so
LeBron.
Wow.
I'm with you, Jordan. I think that it's crazy that one, I messed that up, but two, that I'd never even really heard of this movie, even though it's apparently very popular, very well known. So
If you're into like the whole like kung fu films like over the years, this definitely stands up there as like one of the best. Like I think.
I remember like looking this up because I was confused about if this was like a sequel or not. But I remember looking this movie up and like it's hailed as like one of the best kung fu movies ever.
Yeah.
So
even over like a Bruce Lee movie.
yeah,
It's up
I
there
mean,
with-
I mean, not over a Bruce Lee movie. Like it's up there, like in that upper echelon of kung fu movies.
Well, and
I've never seen a Bruce Lee movie either.
well, here's the thing too about the Bruce Lee movies. They don't have like the comedy like this, right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Bruce Lee movies have cheesy acting and great action sequences,
Yeah.
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah, this actually has good acting. Well, we'll
Yeah.
get into that later. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that being said, you guys, with all the films you've seen over the years, do you have a favorite kung fu film?
Oh my goodness.
You get to think, and it could even like anything. It could be like martial arts related, action related, but something in that genre.
What's your favorite then? Start with you.
I mean, this if not this film, it would probably be Bloodsport, because that's the one that really got me into like these action movies and martial
That's
arts.
pretty good.
Yeah.
No clue what that is.
What?
Jeff, what about you?
Oh man. So there's a ton.
Soundtrack back there.
There's a bunch that are really good, right? Like obviously the Bruce Lee ones, Enter the Dragon, that kind of stuff. Then there's like Lone Wolf and Cub, also great classics. But my favorite has to be the one that I'm probably going to pick this at some point too. My favorite is definitely Ricky-O, the Story of Ricky.
That's a great one.
All right.
It's very over the top and cheesy. The gore is like comedic, like a guy gets like a hole punch through him and stuff. But it's very gory. And Chris, I'm actually surprised you haven't seen this because I'm pretty sure our friend Aaron told us about this movie a long time ago, and we all watched it together. Maybe you just weren't around.
Yeah, I don't think I was
know.
there. I mean, maybe I don't remember that one, but I know I never seen it, but I remember people talking about it. I think you or like maybe Aaron, but I've never. This is my first kung fu movie, so we could say probably this is my favorite since it's the only one I ever watched. I guess.
What? Wow.
I don't think
Can't
I've
think of
I
another
actually
martial arts or anybody like kicking or punching in a film that you
Like
can
Ong
think of?
Bak.
the Mortal
That's a good one.
Kombat movie.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat would count. Sure.
Really? The
Yeah.
Street Fighter movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
I
when
guess-
If you want to put that on
we
your
probably,
list, but
probably still this one, I guess. Then I don't know.
we do need to do Street Fighter.
I mean, I would definitely put the first Mortal Kombat on that list.
I saw the old Street Fighter movie, and as far as like kung fu movies, they weren't really big in my house. I mean, I don't think my dad was into them or anything, so it wasn't really a thing.
What was big in your house?
What was big? Just me.
What does that even mean?
What is that?
Just me.
Jordan,
Big
what was
big
your
old-
favorite kung fu movie?
So, well, my first one was Enter the Dragon. That's the first one I ever saw.
Yeah.
But like I said, my brother Jared was a big martial arts guy. I remember he told me I looked like Gordon. What's his name? Liu?
Ramsey.
Bombay from Mighty Ducks.
Mighty
No,
Ducks.
Mighty
I think it's Gordon Liu. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. He actually he shows up. He's pretty big time in the kung fu movies, like Bruce up there with Bruce Lee. He shows up in Kill Bill. He's the one that trains.
Oh,
He's the one that
yeah.
like trains.
he was in the 36 Chambers of Shaolin.
and
That's actually up my upper
my,
list of movies.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
36 Chambers.
Okay. That
Yeah,
movie's
easily.
amazing.
That's my favorite one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
you gotta check that one out.
Wu-Tang,
dude. That's
baby.
why Wu-Tang.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, I tried to like the man with the iron fists, but
It's-
he can't
that was
act.
just the RZA involved.
He can't act.
There's great action in that though.
There is.
Yeah.
He should have been a silent protagonist, is what it should have been.
But Gordon Liu, I think that's how you pronounce it. Gordon Liu. He had this whole big crazy career, but he shows up in I forget which Kill Bill it is, but he's the one that trains.
He's in both.
Yeah, he trains. What's her name? Beatrice, I think is her actual name.
Beatrix, yeah. He trains her in the second one, and then the first one, he's the leader of the Crazy 88.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So is Shanghai Noon a kung fu movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then that's my favorite.
It's like Jackie Chan one.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like Jackie Chan.
I mean, actually, I do like that movie.
It's like the other buddy movie
like
he
Owen
did,
Wilson?
basically. Yeah. Those movies are great.
I kind of forgot like how much I like Jackie Chan. I haven't seen a lot of his movies. I haven't seen his movies in a long time, but like the action and the comedy, like he does a good job with that.
Dude, and I even liked his cartoon show, man.
What's the other Jackie Chan? Blue Streak?
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour is
great.
great.
Gefilte fish.
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
No one understands the word coming out of your mouth.
Brian, you want to get into the recap of the Legend of Drunken
Sure.
Master?
Let's start into the Legend of Drunken Master. So this film opens up in a train yard with the main character Jackie Chan is playing. His name is Wong Fei Hung. And that is not a joke about his member.
Jesus.
Well, we don't know.
I had to get it out now.
In the opening credits, they're like, this person plays, and it didn't actually give the name of the character plays. He plays a customs official or something like that. I was like, really?
Like it breaks it down very individually.
Yeah. Just like this who's in the movie, and this person plays as customs official. It was just like, really? Can't give that person an actual name, but you give him credit. I don't know.
Like,
it's weird.
In the opening, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of like all standing in line. They're at the train stop waiting for the train to go back home. He's traveling with his father, who is the master of his kung fu school, and his other friend. I can't remember his name off the top of my head though. But they're traveling together, getting supplies for the school, and they're coming back from the trip. So in doing so, they have a very important ginseng root that is wrapped up in a kind of like a yellow bag, kind of like a yellow sack.
It's like a yellow square present thing.
It's like a little like chest that's wrapped in the yellow.
Weird packaging for it, but it's
Isn't
yellow
his
packaging.
dad a physician too?
Yeah, he's also a doctor.
That's why he's getting a bunch of like different.
He's getting the supplies to treat
supplies.
the villagers in his back at his school / doctor's office. Wong Fei Hung, Jackie Chan, and his friend come up with a scheme to get the ginseng root past the train tax so they don't have to pay on it. So they try to sneak it into the train. And in doing so, there is a kind of like a on-screen, off-screen mix-up between that packaging, that yellow packaging that has a ginseng root, and another package that has basically there's another package with the same look, and it gets swapped.
The old switcheroo,
The old switcheroo.
Tale as old as time.
And when does this take place? Because it's clearly when like China, or at least Hong Kong,
early 20th century China.
Okay, because I'd say like there's clearly some British imperialism going on here.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, and there's a lot of like commentary on that too. I think during with the plot of the film, it's like just basically like the colonialism of like the area, like the taking of like their
Artifacts.
history, the items, artifacts, things like that.
Yeah, very, very true to life things.
So basically, Jackie Chan runs into another gentleman with an awesome hat under the train.
This guy rules.
Yeah, he keeps calling him a traitor while Jackie Chan is just trying to get his ginseng box back. He thinks he's taken it from him. He has no idea why he's taking the box. He just has to get it back before his dad, sees that he's taking it. So they start chasing.
And his dad's like, stay out of trouble. And of course, like he gets into trouble.
Okay. Yeah, then he just runs off onto the
Yeah.
train. They get into an amazing first bout of the fight, which is very floppy swords, but impressive movement on the swords nonetheless. It's basically between a sword and a pole, right? Like a pole stick.
Pike.
So it's like, spear versus floppy sword. That transitions into a fight. They travel into a barn And he says, well, sorry about all that, but sorry for the trouble, but I still owe you a smack in the back of the head. The old man says, no, I'm not going for that. And so they fight again, but he stabs his sword into, I think, a pumpkin nearby or something to put it down. Let's make this a fair fight. They start to fight again to challenge each other. And he says, I'll do the drunken boxing style. So he goes into his first form of the drunken boxing in the film, but he's not taking a sip of alcohol yet. This is just him showing off his prowess at the style because he's well known for it, right?
Let's not forget, every time he takes the Drunken Master stand, what happens?
What does that?
We get that music hit.
That
really?
whistle.
Yeah.
Dude.
Every single
how
time.
Sweet is that music?
Yeah, I was like,
that.
oh, it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, and he does that little like twist.
Yep.
He does like the chubby checker twist when he gets into the movie. So
He does this like this thing.
yeah, he does little loose loosey goosey.
Yeah,
twist.
it's like you're drunk, right? It's
he's feeling himself. Yeah, so
The idea is the idea with that style is you're supposed to be evasive, like unpredictable.
yeah, like always unpredictable
Yeah, but not
like,
actually drunk. You're not supposed to actually be drunk though.
You know what though? I will say, having been a person who's had a couple drinks before, if I'm like bowling or something and I've had a few, there's like a moment.
That perfect buzz.
Do you
Yeah.
hear the whistle?
I have like I get the whistle, but like on like my third game of bowling, and then after that it's gone. So it's
they
like,
do bring
I
that
feel-
up because like later on when his dad's like the drunken style, you have to be careful because if you get too drunk, you
It's a
you become
balance.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you have to get that perfect
And
buzz, which is foreshadowing for later on because he does get that perfect
Right,
buzz.
and that's why I thought and this goes back to what I said earlier about why this movie stands on its own as a sequel, because there's foreshadowing that he has this ability to have this uncanny ability to fight as a drunken master, but that he can't control himself. So none of that is alluded to in the first film. Like there's none of that. So that's why I'm saying like this movie stands on its own because they build up all this backstory about his character having this like problem where he can fight, but he also has this problem controlling his drinking. So at this point, they fight. They have a friendly match. He's gonna miss the train, so he starts to run off, and he remembers he has the package on him, the yellow packaging. But the person that also tried to take the packaging also has his own yellow box. So they did the old switcheroo here, and they're kind of having, they have each other's material without even knowing it. So heads back onto the train, sitting with his father and his friend, and the consulate, the British consulate, if that's the correct, I don't know if that's the correct thing to call them, but okay. So they're on the train. They've noticed something's been stolen. They've noticed something's been stolen from the back of the train. So they start to search the train at this point. And they get to Jackie Chan and his crew, and basically they say, you have to show us your papers, show us what you have. Jackie Chan, realizing that he's in real deep trouble here, starts to like delay himself. He's like brushing it off with the top of his hand very slowly. Let me dust this off for you. He's like, give me that. Let me see that. So finally, they allude to this earlier because Jackie Chan was just doing his like hijinks. There is a gentleman that comes up to the train officer and says, excuse me, and whispers something in his ear. At this point, you realize that this person was
he's like a CIA.
He's like secret intelligence for the government.
CIA equivalent to China.
The train officer says to the British consulate, he's Central Intelligence. We better not challenge him. The Central Intelligence officer was basically just being a nice guy because he realized Jackie Chan was just trying to get by with his father and his friend. So
they hit him with the baseball earlier. Was that the same guy?
Same guy.
So is he show up again later? Like, why does he do that?
So I thought this guy would be more important to the story, but like I don't think he comes around.
Like if
he doesn't come around later.
Cut out. No, he just acknowledges him as like a friend. But
because they keep on doing like the eye thing too, like cutting back and forth.
This might be like they're like kind of like a friendly nod or something. But I wonder if that's a thing of like,
yeah, but like why?
I wonder if that's a thing of the movie alluding to the British consulate taking over China during those days. It's like, here's the Central Intelligence officer helping out the lowly peasant, whereas the British officer is pushing them around and stuff like that. That's just my guess, but unless they cut something out, yeah.
He's not the guy that, like one of the main fighting guys at the end.
No, that was another friend he has at the market. So they're coming back to the school, and Jackie Chan is going into a panic because he opens the box and says, this isn't the ginseng root. This is some kind of weird artifact in this box. He doesn't really explain what it is. He just kind of like scatters his hand over it, and panics, says to his friend, I need you to find me a ginseng root. Right before this, you're introduced to his stepmother and her friends.
She's great. She's great.
Amazing.
In this movie. She's awesome.
Amazing.
Now, this actress, I don't know her name off the top of my head, and we could probably fill it in later, but she was in Rumble in the Bronx. She was the store owner that took over for Jackie Chan's uncle, I think it was. Like, long story short, she's in Rumble in the Bronx too. She's a great actress.
Her name is Anita
Mui?
Yeah.
And she sadly passed away. So, but she was a great actress. She's amazing in this movie. She has a real gambling problem with mahjong in this film.
It's so funny.
They kind of send it up. Her and her friends have this gambling problem, and while the doctor, her husband, is away, she tends to gamble with her friends and get in trouble a little bit. And again, there's a little bit of backstory there that kind of like foreshadow a little bit. So she's hanging out with her friends. They realize the doctor is arriving, so she scrambles in a Looney Tunes type way to his office and acts like she was treating all of her sick friends at once.
She's really good at like hamming it up a lot. She's good at that.
Yeah, hamming it up.
Yeah.
Putting her hand over her head like a 1920s actress, you know.
I actually thought she might have been in Shaolin Soccer, but she wasn't.
It's another great
like the
movie.
older lady in that.
Yeah.
That is a great movie. Because that's why I looked her up. I was like, is this the same person? Because she had similar mannerisms to like the older lady in that movie.
I think I've seen that one.
Have you seen Shaolin
It's a good
Soccer?
one.
I
That's
think at
Ladybugs.
Jeff's house.
I got a lot of balls.
I do like Ladybugs though.
Devin Sawa.
That's a great movie.
So
Volcano High, is that another one of them?
Never saw it.
never saw it.
I think it was around the
Never
same
heard of it.
time. No, we watched it
Kids 3D.
at your house.
Nope.
No, Volcano High. I swear to God.
3D.
Spy Kids 3D.
It's not Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Wow.
Volcano High has Snoop Dogg in it.
Really?
That's what I'm getting from the cover
We
of it.
watched it at your house, like back in the day.
I never heard of this movie.
There's the not the one with Snoop Dogg. There's another.
No, it's
like,
the same
other
movie.
version.
It's a martial arts one. Their martial arts and hip hop collide. Where martial? That's what it says. We gotta put this on the list.
There's
Romeo
two
Must
different
Die,
like
put it on the
covers
list.
though.
Whoa, what's his name? The comedian guy, SNL. He was in a car accident. I think he got hurt. He came back.
Oh, he's not SNL. Oh yeah,
Michael.
yeah.
Michael.
God, what's
know-
his name? I can't think of it.
I know he's on 30 Rock too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
yep.
God.
Lemon.
Yeah. He's always like,
God, Tracy Morgan.
Yes, that's it. Yes, yeah.
Tracy Morgan. Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we saw Volcano High.
Did we? I think I would remember this.
Anyway,
So
go
where
ahead.
were we, guys? Tracy Morgan. No. The stepmother is feigning her illness to bail out of playing mahjong with her friends. Jackie Chan is talking to his friend to find a replacement for the ginseng.
Yeah, his friend's like a servant to like the family.
The family.
Yeah.
He's his
For the
friend and
friends,
the servant
yeah.
to the family. So the patient, friend of the doctor's, arrives looking for his ginseng root. So Jackie Chan is scrambling with the stepmother, I think, at this point as well, to help find a replacement for this. The servant friend shows up and says, "Will this work?" He pulls out a giant
Bonsai
root
root.
like the size of his head, a bonsai root the size of his head.
No. It was a rutabaga.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
it's hacked
Yeah,
out
that
of
was
the
the first one
ground.
his mom brought out.
The rutabaga, yeah.
Oh no, that's right. She shows off the rutabaga like a baby in her hands.
I laughed so hard at this giant
And a
rutabaga.
nice little sound effect too, like so they cut to the man. I think he spits out his drink when he sees it. And then the doctor comes back in, the father, and says, "What are you doing with that rutabaga?" She goes, "Oh, I heard rutabaga is good for your eyesight." Or something. Let me go get your actual.
She's like, don't eat rutabaga with ginseng because it causes you to have like the or something. I forget.
That's right. So then they go to
Yeah.
switch, and then he brings out the bonsai root, which has been hacked out of the ground, like with still like dirt on it.
Yeah, it ended up being like, was it like 100 years old or something? Like,
Poisonous.
Comes back later in the film. That was not a good choice for the man because it ended up poisoning him. But he sends the ginseng off, and then he heads out to the market to meet his friends, I think.
Well, he cuts to the steel mill now.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's like, I would say that's probably like, would you say that's like act 1? We kind of got like introduced to all the characters
in the main
we kind of see like
The one side.
Yeah, you see like the relationship between him and his stepmother and his dad and his friends, and like he kind of gets into mischief and
You
stuff.
started to see some of the criminal side with the British consul, but now they're going to dive into that now with the steel mill. So
How old is Jackie Chan supposed to be in this movie?
20s.
Because like he looks like he's like 30,
Well, he is,
but like he's supposed to be.
Was
But,
he
oh
though?
yeah, but his dad's treating him like he's a child.
Oh, because he acts like a child.
Right, but like, is he supposed to be playing like a 17-year-old to 18-year-old?
Probably. I would say probably.
That's what I mean. Like, what age is he supposed to be as character?
I'm going to say 18 to 22.
He's currently 70.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, he had to be in his 30s when he made this movie. I think.
1954.
At least 40, I think.
Yeah, and he was playing like the reason I bring that up is because like as the movie goes on, his dad listen, unless it's just like a cultural thing where like he's like very much like still being treated like a teenager would be in our society. It just seems really weird, the connection between like that age gap. And as someone from our society, from our culture, looking at that, it's like, oh, they're treating him like a child, but maybe that's just how it goes in their culture.
It also could just be like obviously the time period too. Like,
Yeah.
I think I think the character itself is a folk hero kind of character, Wong Fei-hung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think which is why it's called Legend.
Wong Sek-shung, if I said that right. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But
No, Wong Fei-hung, yeah. Chinese martial artist and physician. Look at that.
So there you go. So, the film, obviously around action and comedy, is based that character, but in that sense, maybe that's why he's taking kind of that liberty with the age gap and things like that. Like, you're supposed to believe, yeah, his dad doesn't look much older than he does in real life, but in this sense, in this story, he's supposed to be in this
I
age
would
range.
guess he's like early 20s, maybe.
Yeah.
Because like he gets like kicked out of his house and stuff like you would kick out a teenager, like a
Right.
college student, like that type
but
of thing.
but his dad's clearly doing very well, so he could probably like has been mooching off him. So that's why I say he's like probably in his early
There's
20s.
tension there. They build for. It may not be fleshed out, but it's there.
That's really interesting, going back to the Wong Fei-hung thing. I'm reading about it right now, and it says his recent fame is due to becoming the protagonist of numerous martial arts films. So like a lot of different well-known people played him. Jet Li was one of them.
Yeah. Once Upon a Time in China.
Yeah,
I think.
yep. You got it,
So,
Jackie Chan.
yeah.
So that's cool. That's super cool. I had no idea.
So that's kind of why he has this mysticism about him too, like the character. But in the film, they head over to the steel mill, and it shows the workers just like they're basically making.
Yeah, and it's like it's quitting time basically.
And right before this scene, the British consulate discovers that the artifact has been taken from their latest shipment, and they send the henchmen out to go looking for it in the village.
Yeah, because it's said that like they can't sell all the artifacts.
Without it all together in the collection. So they can't sell it as a whole
Yeah,
piece.
this
without
thing
it
that
having
Jackie
this
Chan's
piece.
character has is part of that whole sale.
Correct.
The
Correct.
Jade Seal.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So the Imperial Seal. Now, this is actually a little fun fact, but the lead henchman. So the lead henchman, he's a smaller gentleman in a full business suit. Has very nice hair.
Very
I would
slicked
say.
back, yeah.
Yeah, very
Already
like
looks like a villain,
50s
basically.
gangster hair.
Yeah.
And he just says, now what I can't remember exactly what he says, but he says, now what you're gonna do is get back to work immediately. And then basically it's just an arguing match between them and like a group of one man versus 30 workers on the floor saying, you can't tell us what to do. And he says, let me show you what I can do. And just proceeds to jump down and kick the these guys.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, he's beating them up. Basically, yeah, they were at the end of their shift. They ring the bell, and they're all getting ready to go home. And he's like, no, ring it again. Tell them
Ring
to
it
come
again.
back. And then he
You have to
goes
come
and
back
beats their...
immediately.
Yeah.
Because
And
he's not even the real head henchman. The other henchman, like there's a guy right above him, the taller
Yeah,
guy.
the glasses
the head
guy.
henchman's
Oh.
the glasses guy.
The,
That's Mr.
the
Legs.
kicking guy.
Yes.
Noodle legs.
Mr. Noodle
Noodle
Legs.
legs.
Yeah.
So Noodle Legs is like the head guy, and then sub boss Shorty, who also, fun fact, played the original Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat video game.
What?
Not the
Oh,
movie, but the video
Really?
game.
He was
Not the movie.
mocapped.
What?
He was mocap. So that That actor is the same guy that played Liu Kang. Anyway, he beats the shit out of the workers. They're forced to go back to work. And they're working just against the bone in overtime.
Yeah, he takes on like 15, 20 guys at once.
And he just destroys them all.
Yeah.
So just kind of establishing how bad these guys are. So now Wong Fei-hung, he's been sent over to the market to get some more supplies for the family, for the school, for the doctor's office, whatever you want to call it. So he meets his friends over in the market. His friend he challenges Jackie Chan because he thinks his school's fighting style is better than his father's school style or his drunken boxing style.
He's basically his rival, kind of.
Yeah, in the village, he's his rival. And so
Yeah.
Jackie Chan doesn't really want any part of it. He's just smiling, shaking his head, shaking his hands. He's like,
he's very
no, thank
aloof.
you.
The entire he's very aloof because like the girl's like obviously hitting on to him, and then he's like, "Oh, I just got to get some fish for my family," and like the guy's like almost like egging him on.
Yeah, your fish is ready, man. Come get it. Yeah.
Is egging him on and like challenging him, and he's just like, I don't know, whatever. And he's like, obviously the other guy's trying to look big in front of the girl and trying to
that's his sister. That's his sister.
But I'm saying like he's just trying to be like, I'm tougher than you.
He's trying to show off his school.
But Jackie Chan's just like, I don't even know what's going on. He doesn't even really care or notice it.
He doesn't want a part of it because his dad's been warning him anyway. Like, don't get in trouble. Don't start showing off in
Don't
public.
do street fights.
Yeah, no street fights. Don't get into trouble. So that's why Jackie Chan's avoiding it. And then eventually they end up having a sparring match, a friendly sparring match in the middle of the market. They go back and forth quite a bit. But in the end, Jackie Chan clearly wins over the market gentleman. To which the market guy replies, "You all saw it. We had a fair draw."
Yeah.
Until Jackie Chan, like toward the end of the fight, he's basically like juggling the fish and whatever else he bought from the market while fighting this guy and leaving. He's like ducking punches and everything. So he leaves. Everybody says that you saw it was a fair draw, and he takes off from there.
Did he use the drunken master?
No, he was tempted, I think, there. Did they play the whistle during that
I don't think
scene
so. They wanted
once?
him. They wanted him to do it, and he didn't. They're like alluding to it a bunch.
Yeah, he goes to twist his finger to go to drunken style, then he goes back to the normal style he was fighting in. So yeah, they were kind of like wanting to see the drunken style, but he didn't get like bullied into it. So his stepmom is at the restaurant with her friends and runs into the gangsters at this point, if I'm correct.
Right.
Yeah, but why'd they show up? I can't remember.
Well, the gangsters are still looking for the Imperial seal, what they've been looking for all along. And I thought
it was the Jade Seal, not Imperial.
Well, it says Imperial seal in the thing.
I think it's called the Imperial
really?
Seal.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
It's
jade.
made
It's
of
jade,
jade.
Colored.
though. So yeah.
Made from jade.
It's very pretty.
The Imperial Jade Seal.
There we go.
You're both right. You animals.
By seal. So they think it's on his stepmother, so they end up stealing her purse and trying to run away.
Did her yelling? She's like, "Stop him!"
She does the dance.
Stop
Yeah.
him! Yeah, because she's making fun of the girl, like who's trying to say stop him.
Right.
And she's like, "This is how you do it," and she's like doing like a silly dance and like over the top, hamming it up. That was funny.
So Wong Fei-hung runs into his stepmother, who is starting to argue with the gangsters. I think does one of the gangsters either push or punch?
It
his
hits
stepmother?
her in the
punches
face.
her.
It's her in the face.
And she's like, ah!
Punches her in the
She's
jaw. She starts to grab her jaw, and he's like, "Hey, stepmom, are you okay?" She's like, "That guy's like trying to talk to her
Yeah.
jaw.
She's like, hey, go beat the out of them.
Yeah, go kick it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
goes to fight him and says, "Okay, no problem. Is it going to be okay with Dad?" She goes, "Don't worry, I'll take care of your father." So goes to start to fight the gangsters.
Stepmom is like egging it on too.
People are starting to get like excited, and they're saying, "Wow, how does he fight like that?" And she's like, his stepmother is realizing, "Oh, this would be good publicity for your father's school."
Give him alcohol.
Yeah. So she decides, well, if we really want to see his fighting style, I'll just give him booze. And then we'll show off your father's school, and then people want to join the school and he'll make more money. Everybody's happy, right?
Real quick though, he throws the purse back and she like catches it.
Oh,
like,
she catches it,
yeah.
like
and
a
the whole
pop
crowd's
star.
like, yeah, like and like strikes a pose and catches it. It's great.
So he joins his stepmother and they form a pose, and he says, "Go ahead and drink. I'll take care of your father."
He's like smashing the bottles during the fight and just taking it to the face.
Smashing them over. Like his head, he's throwing them to the gangsters. and having them hold him. He's like doing backflips and drinking.
Dude, I'll say this. Jackie Chan plays a good drunk.
He also might have actually been drunk because he got pretty red-faced. So I was like,
that's
whoa.
the thing. So, like, are they slapping him in the face to get his face that red? Like, is he actually drunk? Because, like, he does a good job. Like, I've never seen him play a drunk person before, so I feel like he has some pretty good acting chops.
Oh yeah, he's great.
That part in the town square that follows, like where he gets drunk and fights in the town square right after the restaurant here, is probably like it's one of two the best fight scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
I think this might be my favorite one, but it's hard to pick. But I remembered this one a lot.
Okay, this is your favorite
like
part?
the whole like down the hatch thing, and you get to see the moves of the barrels. Yeah.
He's like, drunken monkey.
Drunken monkey stirs the barrel and he's just twisting a guy's head in his arms and things like that.
Yeah, like something steals the wine or something. I don't know.
Jeff, he might be red-faced because he's dumping that red liquid on his face, too. It just might be, like, part of that.
Oh, the wine. Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's like, Peter Piper played the flute.
Yeah.
So
he hits his peak ridiculous. When they throw him the bottle and he starts to choke on it. And he says, "What was that?"
Yeah.
What was a skull and crossbones mean? He says, "Oh, good stuff." And then he just goes into hyper mode. So defeats the gangsters. He's completely trashed at this point. His father shows up and sees how trashed he is. Tries to stop him and grab him, but Jackie is so drunk that he doesn't realize that his own father is grabbing him. And he starts to like twist and he accidentally like punches. He does like, was it the double punch?
No. That's not yet.
That's later. That's later.
His dad like blocks all of it.
That's right. His dad blocks it. He's just embarrassed by him because he grabs him and sees that he's completely drunk and making a fool of himself.
He tries to bite him and stuff too.
That's right. Hi, Dad.
Yeah. It's a good impression.
Thanks. So his father is embarrassed that his son has been fighting drunk in public again, and he just found out that the client that he gave the ginseng to got sick and is almost dying when his wife tells him about it. He becomes so angry with Jackie Chan at this point because of the drunken fighting, the switching of the bond sign, almost killing his patient. He is screaming at him, and in a defiant moment, he says, "Get out of my house. I don't want you here anymore."
Well, he starts beating him, and he threatens to beat his stepmom too. And she's like, "I'm pregnant."
Oh, that's right. That stepmother. Oh, that's right. I'm finding an important detail because then she reveal.
Do you think she's really pregnant?
No.
So she says that she's pregnant here.
Which seems like bullshit, but like, is she though?
Right. Well, she's kind of a compulsive liar. They kind of like
she's doing it so she won't get beat.
Right, like,
but the best part is that
she keeps up the charade the whole time. Though,
she says this and then immediately tries to like jump to like hurt the baby. It's like, wow.
Yeah, she tries to do a flying stomach dive.
The dad keeps catching her,
and you skipped where he dumped all the wine in Jackie Chan's mouth, which is like,
so yeah, that's right. So I'm just mixing up my scenes. So
yeah, this part was like actually kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, this one's a little rough because it's supposed to be his son, and he's trying to give him like a tough lesson, but
yeah.
He's literally dumping like
he waterboards his own son
with alcohol.
Yeah,
it's like garden wine or whatever the hell that is. It's like something terrible. So.
I did like Jackie Chan's reaction when he found like when the stepmom's like she's having a baby. He's like, "Mom, have a little baby," because he plays.
You got a little baby.
Yeah, he plays drunk. I was so surprised how well he plays drunk.
And even if and Jackie Chan dubs himself in these films too.
Yes,
so
yeah.
Did a fantastic
Sometimes
job.
you see like movies, people play drunk like bad, but like for some reason I think he does a very good job of playing drunk.
He plays a very good happy drunk.
Yeah,
like a goofy kind of guy.
Whenever he's getting thrown out of his dad's throwing him out, it's the longest scene ever. Like it's just
they
like, come on, no, it's just like those two going back and forth. It's just like, dude, come on, hurry up. Okay, just throw him out. It's over. It's just like hard to watch because he's like. They're just like stumbling over each other, trying to drag him out. It's like it went on like 5 minutes too long.
And at this point, it's like over halfway through the movie. So you're like, when's the like more of the British consul thing to come up?
Like when's the criminal aspect of the pickup or when like the bad guys.
We still don't know what the point is of the like the whole Jade thing. We don't know like why that's there.
Right. Yeah, and then when he does kick him out, that's when he hits him with the double fist. Jackie Chan finally gets a little fed up, and he's like hits his dad, and you see that he can hit his dad, like he's that good.
Can,
like,
but I think it was so reactionary. For
right.
Like,
I mean, he didn't want to,
him.
obviously,
right.
but you just got waterboarded, and like, yeah.
So that finally says, like, his father says, "Get out! I never want to see you again." So he leaves and he goes to the streets of the night.
And then as soon as he leaves, he tells his buddy to go follow him because he doesn't really want to kick him out.
Right. He says, keep an eye on him. So Jackie Chan ends up at a restaurant at a table for one with himself, just ordering food and drinks.
Demands music, but demands a sing.
Demands. So there's a person going around playing music, and he says, "You play the music, but I'll sing it."
And he basically makes up a song about what just happened to him.
Yeah, like his life story to this point.
Yeah.
And then the criminals show up. And it's Mr. Legs.
Noodles.
Mr. Noodle Legs.
Mr. Noodle Legs and Shorty. And Shorty has like really fresh bruises.
Those Jimmy legs.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
And he says, this is the guy? And he's like, yeah, it's the craziest thing. I can't understand it.
He beat the hell out of us. Yeah.
So they go up to him and they're asking him questions like, did you beat up these guys? I forget what Jackie says exactly there, but he's so stone drunk at this point he can't even form a sentence.
He's too drunk. He's past the balancing act. Yeah.
He gets rocked.
Yeah. So the criminals beat the shit out of him a little bit.
Well, the tall Mr. Legs beats him up specifically.
Yeah, Mr. Legs, Mr. Noodle Leg beats him up and leaves him in a drunken stumble, if you will, in the restaurant.
And then they hang him naked.
Oh, that's right. So they take him to the town square back where he originally fought the gangsters. And I don't know what the message said on him, but they hang him naked with some kind of banner that says something around his crotch.
Yeah, and my favorite part of this is when they finally get him down and he's like very clearly super sad. His buddy's like trying to make him feel better, and he goes, every woman in town wants to be your wife after seeing his fucking
Don't you
dog
know
hanging.
that?
But he also says, don't be ashamed. When we were kids, we used to go naked together all the time. I was like, what? I was like, what? What were you guys doing?
That's how they relate.
None of there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, like,
So you missed the part where that guy he fought in the market came back and tried to stick up for him, and he also gets his butt kicked.
Okay, so that's his name is Fu Wenqi, and he visits he was the guy with the hat from the beginning that took the other yellow box, the mistaken identity guy or mistaken box.
That's not what he was talking about.
Oh wait, are you talking about a different guy?
His buddy that he fought with in the market.
Yeah, the guy's brother.
I'm sorry, the spiky haired guy. So yeah, he did come by.
He comes by and tries to help him, then he gets jumped by the rest of the guys. By the rest of the gangsters. And then he's laying at the bottom underneath them, all beat up whenever Jackie's hanging from the root from the hanging from the top.
They didn't make him go naked though.
Yeah.
No. Because he didn't rough him up as much.
We used to go naked together all the time. Like, what?
So at this point, I'm sorry. So Jackie is talking to his father. He's very ashamed, and he says to his father, he's like, I'm never gonna drink again. I'm so sorry. And they have a hug. An embrace.
And they kiss.
Yes.
The
in
end.
the director's cut.
The end.
And they go naked.
They go
naked. He and the servant go naked. And then they kiss. Okay. The next day, or whenever the next scene was, this is when the guy with the hat shows up with the yellow package, the original ginseng root that he took by mistake. And he explains that he is Fu Wenqi, and he tells them about the British consuls, how they're trying to smuggle all this stuff and sell it off.
Because he's an elected leader or government official, I think, right, or something.
He's something.
He's like renowned.
He's
everyone knows
he's
him.
a renowned leader in some way so.
He's basically saying how they're stealing Chinese history, which,
I
mean, the British stealing stuff and putting it in museums that they shouldn't be doing.
Never happened ever.
Which is like the big, it's like the big plot point, the big commentary of this film about like the British stealing all the ancient artifacts or artifacts of their culture.
Their history.
Cut to the next day, Fu Wenqi and Jackie Chan are at the restaurant.
Also, his stepmom fights that guy whenever he opens the door.
Yes.
It's awesome fight scene, like her fighting the guy that shows up.
Which guy showed up?
The hat guy.
The hat guy from the very beginning.
Oh, that's right. When he first shows up, because she doesn't know who he is.
He's like
assumes that he's a gangster, and they start fighting.
And you can see like she actually has like some kind of ability too. Like she's really
like, you don't know if she trained in like the father's school or if she just has her own style. But yeah, they do have a good fight scene there. Sorry, I skipped that. So, cut to the next day. They are at a restaurant. They're having a further discussion about how they need to preserve history. And help the cause. Basically, like, we need to stop them from trying to smuggle this stuff. So this is also when the
Axe Gang
shows up.
Hatchet Gang.
Hatchet Gang, whatever.
This fight scene's awesome.
It's so good.
So this is probably okay. There's 3 great fight scenes in this movie. I'd say this is the second.
It is the Axe Gang. It's called the Axe Gang.
Oh, is that? I thought it was
the Axe
Hatchet
Gang, and they're an actual known for this is a historic gang.
It's a reference to a 1921 gang.
Correct.
Oh wow. And this is very much like if you've seen Kill Bill, right? Like the Crazy 88, like same.
Kill Bill, and Kung Fu Hustle, they reference the Axe Gang a lot.
So at first I was like, well, we'll get into they take on all these guys, and it's like how are they not getting hurt? Because a lot of times in these action movies, like people are wielding weapons, like antagonists are wielding weapons against the protagonists, or like how's someone getting their arm cut off or like hurt, but like
how are they? Yeah, how with all this many axes in the picture is somebody not getting gored?
They actually get hurt though, and I was like, oh, cool, like
they get cut.
Die Hard kind of stuff, like get cut, like
torn shirts, like you see some scratches, kind of thing.
There's some blood. They get some blood. So I was like, okay, cool.
Did you know this is rated R? In the United States, it's rated R, and I was like, was it because of the alcohol use? And it's like, no, violence and probably alcohol.
But it's not like, I mean, this scene is violent, but there's no real.
It's just
gore.
2000s, I guess. Who knows? But you're right. I was surprised to see it being like, whoa, it's rated R.
There's
it's Y2K, baby.
So they're having lunch or whatever. They're having tea upstairs in the restaurant. The Axe Gang shows up. The Axe Gang starts to kick. Sorry, you're about to bleep that out. Sorry. But the Axe Gang starts to go crazy and they start to have this crazy fight. So Jackie Chan, I think, jumps the second floor to the first floor to start the fight. And he's fighting down there, jumps under a table.
He's like spinning around in it. Yeah.
Spinning around, doing some twirls while they're trying to like impale him, which is amazing.
And they're like axing the top of the table too.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. He makes his way back up the stairs. Back to his friend with the hat.
He's like fending off people on top of the stairs.
Oh, he's his own master.
At one point, he breaks the stairs and they all fall down.
Breaks the stairs, they all fall down. He's like, does a stomp and breaks the stairs. And then he realizes, oh, here's what I'll do. He takes some oil, spits it on. He goes, take your shirt off, Jackie Chan. Spits the oil all over Jackie Chan and hands him this like split bamboo kind of like bow.
Well, he was fighting with it and it splits like when he hits a piece of the bar or something. I don't know.
It like he fishes it out. It almost looks like he like peacocks it out to where it's
that would hurt so bad though. It would pinch and cut.
It just shreds people.
But he was already cut up from using it. So I was like, okay,
right. But that's why he spit the oil on him so he could like move it along without it cutting him up. I think
that's why I appreciate that because like usually a lot of times in these action movies
they don't go to that kind of detail, right?
Yeah, they never get hurt. But like he's from using that,
these soft Hollywood types.
Yeah, from you.
He just soft
from doing that technique. He's clearly hurting himself doing that. So like that detail,
right? You see
I appreciated that,
right? Yeah. Yeah, but it's so cool. He uses that weapon and just like twirls him. He ends up taking out they take out the whole Axe Gang. I think there's a whole building collapse.
But his buddy got axed in the back.
Axed, yeah.
And he kept fighting.
That's right. His friends gets axed. That's another slow-mo cut.
But he still keeps fighting.
Yeah, but he keeps going on.
He gets axed pretty early in the fight.
Yeah, and that's why he gives him the assist to like push him to get the rest of the guys maybe to defend them off.
Take off your shirt. I'm gonna spit on you.
Spit.
Take that shirt off. I'm gonna spit on you, kid.
So,
traitor.
His friend is fatally shot.
Yeah, this was like out of left field. Like he's just running down an alleyway. It's been all this crazy kung fu so far, and then it's just like, whoa!
That's like life saying sorry. Doesn't always work out. We don't care.
This
how
guy
good
got
you
shot
are.
with a gun after fighting
Gun's
off
not gonna
people.
stop your foot. So, they take the Imperial Seal back to the console. But Jackie Chan runs into him and says, before dying, he implores him, he and his friends, to get the seal back and stop the console from stealing more artifacts and keep doing what they're doing. And so they hatch this plan to like basically go in at night and disguise themselves, like do a night ops.
Well, what's funny is they didn't hatch it. They met each other there by accident. They did the same thing.
Oh, that's right. They both like dressed up.
Yeah.
They both try to sneak in and break into the consulate at night.
And they end up fighting each other for a second, and they're like, "Why are you here? Why are you here?"
Yeah. And then they all get caught. The lights flash on. Hey, and they all get held for ransom by the consul.
Yeah. It's like the embassy too. It's the embassy, so like they can't do anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They're using their powers together, and they're demanding that his father sell his land or his school in exchange for their release. And like it's like this big debate going on. Like he and his stepmother are talking about it, and finally, the father agrees to it. He says, "Well, there's not much I can do. I have to do something. What else can I do?" So later on, his friends discover that they're trying to smuggle the stolen artifacts out of there using boxes from the steel mill. So what they're doing is they're sneaking all the stolen artifacts and using all the steel mill to smuggle it through. So, I almost said it again.
Whoopsie doodles.
Stop myself there. That's old whoopsie poodles, folks.
Whoopsie doodles, folks. That's all, folks. Whoopsie doodles.
So they all band together and then join the workers in a violent protest outside the steel mill.
Jackie Chan shows up looking like he's Gandalf, man. And then the white, he's just like so determined at this point. Because he taps some gun.
He's been through so much.
One of his buddies on the shoulder, like he just walks through the crowd as this fighting is going on.
Yeah, he's like so confident, just
like parting the Red Sea kind of thing. Like I thought it was kind of cool. He's like, I got this.
Before this, though, whenever they find out that all this stuff's being stored in these boxes, there's like that other guy comes on over with a ponytail that starts beating everybody up.
Oh, ponytail guy.
And I was like, where the hell did he come from? They just sent out another boss.
No, yeah, he was in the background when they showed some of the consulate stuff.
They were saving him.
He's back there, but like I don't think he ever really talked.
But he just starts kicking the crap out of everybody. Yeah. He's like an enforcer for like that group for the consulate.
Right, yes.
Okay, yeah. So Jackie Chan heads in his like prime white suit
he's
form.
Like Gandalf the White.
No. Wait. That guy he's fighting with the chain looks like Robert Garcia from Art of Fighting.
He does, yes.
Deep cut.
That's a video game reference for everybody.
He looks exactly like him.
So they start like doing like they try pulling guns on his friends and the villagers, but they start doing some moves with like swords and boxes where they're like cutting off the gun bullets and everything. Basically like just using like fruits and whatever they can use in the village to like defend themselves, right? Okay, so Jackie Chan makes his way in and he goes to fight Ponytail Man, aka
Robert Garcia,
aka Hat Man. He has a chain. He's wrapping around his wrist and swinging it. At the end of the chain, it's on fire. So he hits his friend with it and sets his like another villager almost on fire in his chest. And Jackie Chan pats out his chest and sends him away. And then Jackie Chan starts fighting Chain Man. Jackie Chan basically kicks Chain Man's ass. And Chain Man tries to pull Jackie Chan with the chain toward the end of the fight, I think. And he uses the own chain on him and whips him in the face and just defeats Chain Man.
And he's like, ah, and then another worker tries to smash him with a barrel. And
Jackie Chan stops
Jackie
him.
Chan's like, no, don't kill
let
him.
Go.
Yeah.
We have to be honorable here. So then, he goes, okay, all right, I'll send the rest of my guys out. So then Jackie Chan starts fighting a bunch of henchmen with steel piping that he finds in the factory and just starts doing some moves there and just defeats them really quick.
Noodle Leg shows up.
Then we got the boss fight, and it's
Noodle Legs and Liu Kang show up, yeah.
Yeah, Liu Kang, he fights Liu Kang, or no, I'm sorry, he fights Noodle Leg first.
No, he beats up little guy first.
Yeah,
is little guy first?
He takes like hot steel rods, right?
Oh, that's right. He fights
Yeah.
Shorty, and then he starts to fight Noodle Legs. So Noodle Legs starts to kick, like, while he's fighting henchmen, like Noodle Legs is kicking buckets. They're throwing like Indiana Jones steel.
I actually,
like,
it's funny you said, dude, because at one point they get on the remember Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. You get on the mine
carts.
So I was like, are they going to do that? No, they didn't do it. So I'm kind of glad.
No, they just did. They kind of made it dangerous. They were going to like smash him. So they just kind of had him dodge the mine cart. So at this point, he's fighting head boss Noodle Legs and Shorty. He manages to knock Shorty down. and then they start to use steel rods on him and like burn his leg. They like burn. This is one of the craziest parts of the movie. So at one point, Noodle Legs kicks Jackie Chan into this like
which is
hot
nuts.
coal fire.
Nuts. And he actually did that.
Yeah.
This if you guys are listening to this or watching this, just go look it up. It is 100% real.
I also love in all the Jackie Chan movies, like they show the crazy shit
at the end, you can see all the stunts
like,
and all the mess
I
ups.
love that. And like they get like he gets raw, like he does insane stuff. Like I don't know, he's not dead. Like the stuff he does is insane.
So I'll finish this up because we're almost at the end of the film real quick because we're going to talk about we'll talk about the end credits and the stunts and all that stuff. But
no,
he fights. He's still fighting Noodle Legs and Shorty. Jackie Chan comes to the realization he cannot beat Noodle Legs without the extra kick he needs from the alcohol. And what he needs to do, what he figures out, is that I'm going to take this pure fuel that they're using in the factory and I'm going to drink it.
Which they show earlier in the movie, like that. That's how
they actually show that they're pouring into the fire.
It's like a little bit of foreshadowing. He's like, "Hey, it's getting cold and down," and the guy just sprays it and go, "Whoof!" Yeah,
I better heat it up.
Well, Noodle Legs uses it on the other guy, or uses it on Jackie towards the beginning too.
That's right. Yeah,
beginning of the fight.
Yeah. Noodle Legs pours on some enemy, and Jackie's like, "No, like save your friend. Let's save him."
And Noodle Legs also does, and the reason we call him Noodle Legs, other than the fact that he kicks, he does that cool
dude, his legs
kick move.
They're noodles, man. I don't know how he does that.
Like twist though. He does that like
he's like skipping on his one leg. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It's whatever his super move is.
It's like revving up his leg. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pulling the chain on.
It's like winding up, like like if someone's winding up a punch, he's winding up a leg.
He's winding up those calves. So
yeah.
So Jackie Chan drinks the pure fuel, hiccups a bubble.
Oh, great! Yeah,
and then blows fire when he spits it out onto the ground.
But during the fight though, he keeps drinking and then throws up because he's like, I don't have that perfect buzz.
Oh yeah, he didn't get the right mix. That's right. When he took the initial drink of the fuel, he couldn't get it right.
He drinks too much and he throws up. He's like, I got the perfect buzz now.
Yeah, and then he can feel nothing.
Yeah.
And so he's also like, he's in the zone, just beats the ever-loving crap out of Noodle Legs. Like he takes every hit.
That fighting style is so wonky, man.
He even does his move of his warm-up move that Jeff was talking about towards him.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he does the leg move back at him.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
Just to show him up. So I'm sorry. And at the end of the fight, when he finally defeats Noodle Legs, he's slammed them like he's done like a reverse suplex into like a table or something. Lets him flip.
A barrel or something like that.
That's the point where he blows the bubble out.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can see he goes cross-eyed and passes out. Cut to his family with the commissioner saying, "Thank you so much for your help getting our artifacts back. Thank you. Can you thank Wong Fei Hung for us?" They're taking like pictures and everything. Like, where is he? It's like a big celebration. They say, "Oh, he's had a lot of recovering. He's had a lot of fighting." Now, something they cut. I don't know if you guys know this. They cut this out of the U.S. release. So right after that scene, they cut to where Jackie Chan is. And Jackie Chan is sitting there.
Knee deep in
No. That's the perfect ending.
The end.
The end. Wizard of Oz music.
Chris cut that.
No, he's brain damaged because he drank pure fuel. I'm not kidding. They cut that out of the U.S. release because they thought it was in poor taste.
So he's basically
he's
wow.
He's fully brain damaged now. And that's the
I don't
ending.
believe.
And so,
I'm not believing Brian.
look it up
that.
on YouTube. Look it up. I'm not kidding.
What?
Look it up.
I'm looking
Fun
at the brain
facts,
now.
ladies and gentlemen.
It seemed like it ended abruptly because like
Well, the message, I mean, aside from being in horribly bad taste, obviously, right? But the message was like, don't drink alcohol. It'll kill you.
Like actual alcohol.
But I just
Right.
thought,
Or don't
Jet fuel.
huff jet fuel.
yeah, I just thought it was interesting because they didn't end on him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they don't even cut. Are you looking at it now?
Oh my god.
See what I mean?
They also didn't acknowledge what happened to the British consulate either. Like, did they
No,
get in
and they
trouble?
don't in the other film, in the original cut
So
either.
I just thought it was kind of weird. Like they didn't show Jackie Chan
Yikes.
what state he was in.
There's Jackie Chan movies kind of end abruptly, which is kind of like his like weird trademark. If you watch like Rumble in the Bronx, just real quick, like when they kill the final villain in that movie, they literally run him over with a hovercraft. He's bare-assed, and then they all go, yeah, in a freeze frame, and it cuts the credits. That's it. So I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have like the best ending structure, but maybe
He's
not.
like oof. He's like sticking his tongue out and walking weird. It's like, yeah.
What?
I know.
It's not a good editing. That's why, yeah.
Good taste.
Is there actual video of this?
Yeah, just go look it up on YouTube. But
yeah.
while these guys are looking up on YouTube, I will say that is the end of the film. They've defeated the British consulate, the gangsters. The artifacts have been returned. Jackie Chan is now brain damaged. Cut to
my
credits
God.
where they show you all of Jackie Chan's stunts during the film and the other actors too, which is pretty cool. Like some like bloopers and stuff like that. But that is it, man. That is the Legend of Drunken Master, aka Drunken Master II from 1994, which had an original ending that you could see on YouTube if you look it up, because you will not see it in the US version.
The only place I found it was this weird Facebook video.
He's on some weird sites, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for that recap of Legend of Drunken Master.
Sorry my plot points jumped around more than that dude's leg.
Noodle legs. Old noodle plot points.
All noodle.
Oh my God.
Look at it.
What?
I like the
Oh,
slow unfolding of
no.
everybody seeing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's,
Wow.
Let's let
Okay.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, sorry.
So let's head into the feedback. Give us feedback of Legend of Drunken Master. Jeff, why don't you start us off with your feedback and how you felt about the movie?
Well, yeah, I went in knowing I already liked it. I haven't seen it in 20 years. I don't know, a long time. It's been a long time. The story, a little generic in some parts, right? Villain, very much a villain. No redeeming qualities. Like, no evil people are actually like that, I guess. But yeah, the action scenes are some of the best you've ever seen. They still hold up today. Seeing, like, again, like, how he actually did the stunts in the credit is just such a great staple of his films. Yeah, so I knew I was going to be in for a treat because it's been a long time and I wasn't disappointed. And it was cool to, like, have some of those memories come back of, like, seeing it for the first time again.
Jordan, what about you? What did you think of The Legend of Drunken Master?
So yeah, I'd never seen this movie. I also haven't watched a Jackie Chan movie in a very long time. I forgot how much I enjoy watching his movies. The action and the comedy, like he does such a good job with that. But I also think he kind of took it a little bit further because they actually showed some of his acting chops with him. Like I said, he plays a good drunk. That scene where he's like ashamed after being strung up and naked. Like I actually thought he was actually legit crying. They could have also like, put some like sprayed some stuff on his face. Like, hey, you're crying, but he actually like portrayed it very well. And I was like very impressed by that. And it hits all those like notches of action movies at the time. Like you get the slow-mo stuff, but like he always does a good job of taking it a step further with comedy. So I very much enjoyed that movie.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to give you my feedback of the movie before we go to Brian. I never seen this movie before. I never really watched a lot of kung fu movies. Like I said, I don't really even know the genre in general. I just didn't even know what it was in some cases. But this is kind of my first actual probably one besides, like I said, Shanghai Noon, which again, I watched it because it was a Jackie Chan movie, not because it was a Kung Fu movie.
It's also Hollywood made, so.
Right. So from the
Action
actual
comedy
from Hong Kong and that type of thing. While it's definitely, you could tell when it was made, like generally, but also the action was awesome. They did have a time in history they were portraying, but also it was, I don't know, I want to say that it was like B film, like it looked like that, like the quality of it, but like it was just of the time. But everything was really well acted by all the actors. I think that the mom was awesome. Yeah. She was like really great character. The way they wrote her,
she's awesome.
She's fantastic.
She stole the film from me, man.
The dad I didn't really like, but I did like his character. But I liked how he played the stereotypical father,
stern
business owner. Yeah, stern. When he was like throwing, like at the scene of him throwing Jackie Chan out of the house, was just like ridiculous. I thought that was a bad scene.
It was kind of soap opera a little bit.
It really brought down like the whole movie for me. Yeah. But then you had that other side of like the mom was just doing stuff, like being really well acted. Like she's so good at like playing like trying to get their dad to like, oh, but honey, I'm pregnant, and then like being like, Jackie, just go. Like she's trying to like play this two sides of it.
Yeah, she
really well.
Does a good job of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like she was an amazing actress. Really played a really great character overall. His friends, like the girl comes back at the end, like his like ragtag team comes back, and they're like fighting outside with the gangsters while Jackie goes in, but they didn't explain like the relationship.
No, they didn't establish those sub characters.
Yeah,
too much. But I
no.
wonder if that's stuff they cut out or if that's just something they never went into. But
so I thought that was really well done. They did throw in some other people, like the guy with the chain towards the end was just like another gangster. Like it was almost like these bosses that Jackie had to go through. His character, the whole part whenever he doesn't want to, his dad tells him not to fight. And he's just like, okay, I'm not fighting anymore. And then his mom's like, you got to go fight. You got to go out there and fight again because this is going on. I think we didn't really talk a lot about that, but like his dad goes away again, and his mom's like, you got to go fight because this stuff's going on down at the factory. I thought it was a weird kind of like, I don't know, record scratch moment where he's like, I'm going to sit here and make this fan, and then I'm gonna. He's like just working on a fan. His dad's like, you're not fighting anymore, and he's like, okay, you're not drinking anymore, okay, and then. Now he's going to fight again.
And I could be wrong about this too, but I wonder if didn't he have a message on the fan too?
Yeah, I can't remember what it said.
Wasn't it probably I wonder if it was the same message that they put him in the town square.
I think it said sunrise or something. It meant sunrise or something because the gangsters make fun of him because he uses it, and they say like, "Oh, I'll show you a sunrise" or something like that.
I think it's a message of his dad's
school or whatever.
I think that's what it was.
Or mantra, whatever.
That would be interesting if he made him write what they wrote on the friggin' thing when they hung him up. Jeez.
But in general, I think the whole scene in the Axe Gang was really well acted. So the action sequences were great. The story was kind of typical. I mean, it's just typical action movie. The story wasn't as important as like the action scenes to me. There were some things that I didn't like about the movie as far as like again, the story wasn't great, but and I didn't think things were explained well enough. Like the whole thing with the consulate, you really didn't see a lot of him and what he was doing. He was just kind of being bad. But this one thing I don't like about these types of movies is they can always be solved by a gun. The movie could be solved by a gun. If one of those guys, the ninja guys, had a gun, which they did, they had to use it to kill the one guy in the alleyway.
Right.
They tried to use a gun at the end, but they used those boxes and swords and they slammed it.
Right, but like if one of those guys just pulled out a revolver, this whole movie would have been over.
What if they pulled out another gun?
I think it's why they might have chose the time period they chose because there were no revolvers. Well, I guess there was.
No, there were.
Guy pulled out a revolver.
He got shot. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
sorry. There were guns, but
no, I know there are guns. I was saying there weren't revolvers, but there clearly was in this movie.
Yeah, right. I think it was more of like the idea of like maybe they weren't as readily only available, especially in that country, to like only the soldiers. But one gun could have solved a lot of problems. It's like this. I have the same problem with the Harry Potter movies.
So, did you just compare a Jackie Chan movie to a Harry Potter?
He could have solved the whole movie with a gun. You got a wand, boom, dead. You got a oh, boom, dead.
Who has guns in England now?
But they're magicians. It doesn't matter.
You do realize these are movies.
They're
Chris.
wizards.
You also don't need a gun. if you're a
They're
magician.
wizards.
But also,
These are
guns.
fantasy.
There is no Second Amendment rights in England.
No, I'm saying, but if
no one has
a
guns.
wizard could make doors and transport through time, make cars fly, but he can't get a gun.
Chris, Jackie Chan really can't drink like that and fight.
There was one gun. It was stupid. Why did they kill him with a gun? The one old guy.
Yeah, it's plot.
They should have.
I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. Like they hit him with an axe, and he was running away with an axe, like in his back still. Like that's the kind of thing I didn't like about those type of movies. Like,
Well, maybe it depends on who holds the gun or who holds the weapon, Chris.
Right. It's the pen of the storyteller. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just saying. The gun could have been a big thing in this. If Jackie would have just got a gun, he could have solved this whole problem really quickly.
But he doesn't. He prefers
Without any
not
violence.
to use a gun.
Jackie got a gun.
Yeah.
He's like that Hacksaw Ridge guy.
I'm going on record, and I'm going to give Chris's take a thumbs down.
No, good one would solve everything.
Anyway, great movie. I liked nearly everything about it. I think the story was a little flat, but I think the actors were amazing. A lot of them. The main characters, not really well developed in some of the characters, like I said, but I think the fight scenes were amazing. Jackie Chan's really, really talented, can act. And I think the sad parts, I disagree with Jordan on the sad parts. I didn't really like, he was just kind of like just talking less or like just looking sad, like looking down.
Yeah, but I think
It wasn't, but it also wasn't a place for emotions like that.
Why wouldn't it be?
No, I'm saying like he didn't really need to show as much emotions other than just like, I'm sad, I'm sitting here. Like it really wasn't calling for him to be like,
Your eyes, yes.
Fair
it
enough.
wasn't really, it wasn't trying to like deal with a situation that deserves a lot of emotion other than like, hey, I got yelled at by my dad and disgraced my family.
Yeah, but he also got like hung up naked and disgraced.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, disgraced by family.
He disgraced his family. Yeah.
He's embarrassed. I mean, I don't
Right.
know. If I've been embarrassed or sad before, I never felt like talking.
I looked kind of grim like that.
Yeah.
Every day of the day.
Yeah.
My
Chris,
life.
well, that's the thing. Chris is just like, I feel like this all the time.
Catch me tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, what a p***y.
Get it together, you
All
little
right.
bitch.
Anyway, Brian, let's jump over to you. What's your feedback on the movie?
Well, again, I picked this movie because I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. And to your point with like the plot point, it's like a lot of Kung Fu movies, not only Jackie Chan's, but most are like A, B, and C. We got to establish who the main guy is, who the villain is, who got kidnapped, what got stolen, who's getting their butt kicked. It's basically like, how do we get to these action sequences?
That's the thing,
and
though.
wrap this up.
I don't think it's necessarily a kung fu thing. I think that became a staple, even just action movies in general.
Action movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether no, doesn't matter the culture it came from. Like that was a very much like ABC. Hero, downtrodden, rises up, beats the villain. It's very kind of cookie cutter.
Maybe somebody in their family's hurt, maybe somebody they know,
Right.
whatever. But like, and maybe they have some one-liners in there, like some good sticklers. But yeah, this movie, I feel like, even like Jackie Chan stuff, like he does that a lot, where he does different types of films where he's different types of characters, but keeps it on a base level as far as plot points. But as far as his movies are concerned, I think this is his best stuff, because while the story was pretty basic in its sense, the characters were so good.
I agree.
That, yeah, like Jackie Chan, like you obviously had to have him in this film, but the other characters also stood out, right? Like they helped drive the film.
Yeah, but at the same time, you couldn't see like Jet Li doing his role. He wouldn't be able to do it. He's way too serious.
Jet Li's not a
Jackie
comedic
Chan.
guy.
Yeah, Jackie Chan has that ability to be funny too, which I think really in this movie, particularly with his stepmom, like they worked well together for that comedic value.
He has a slapstick thing to his action style too sometimes. Like not Three Stooges, but some similar.
If
Yeah,
Jet
sorry.
Li was in those scenes with his stepmom, like that would not have translated very well.
Right.
Yeah. I can't even imagine
I don't know
it.
who that is.
What?
Okay.
You've seen The Expendables. He's in it.
Have you seen Lethal Weapon 4, Chris?
No.
Okay. All right. This is
I've seen Expendables. I didn't know Jet Li was in it.
He's in
This
it.
is why he's on a show.
Okay.
He's like a way more serious Jackie Chan, like similar type of like martial artist, does a bunch of kung fu movies. He was in The One. What else was he in?
What, like the American films?
Yeah, what are ones that you
God.
might know him from?
He did a movie with
Was he in Wanted?
Fearless?
He did a movie with DMX.
Oh, Exit Wounds.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Ah, I never saw it.
It wasn't very good. But the one's actually pretty good. If you want like a sleeper action movie, I would definitely recommend the one.
He was in The Mummy.
He was in The Mummy, yes.
What?
Yep.
The Mummy.
Never seen it.
Let's continue.
So all that being said,
Oh my god.
Wait, is that the one with Tom Cruise?
No.
No.
yeah, that one.
We're going to have to edit the shit out of this one, man.
All right, all that. Yeah. So were we?
We're doing the
So
doing the ratings or
yeah. So my final thought is this is one of my favorite kung fu movies of all time. If you haven't seen this movie, you should definitely check it out because it's not only a great Jackie Chan movie, it's a great kung fu movie.
And if you haven't seen this movie and you've listened to this at this point, it's spoiled for you.
Yes.
I think it's still the action scenes are so good. Go watch it.
That's true. We can't spoil action scenes, really.
Yeah, no,
so.
I think this movie is great. You can watch it without knowing the plot.
And Jeff
Again.
might clip that hidden ending later. We'll see.
Maybe if it depends what makes it through the cut, and if there's a conversation about it, maybe that'll be part. I gotta find a good version of it though, because the one I found was
it's
rough.
I'll have to see if I can find the original cut.
There you go.
All right, so let's go around and do our ratings. Jeff, we'll start with you. Thumbs up or thumb down on Legend of Drunken Master?
We got a big thumbs up for this one. It was super fun. I already knew I liked it. The action scenes are unbeatable, and then like all the characters are really, all the main characters are really cool, and they all serve a purpose, and the comedy's good, and just the chops are there. It's a classic kung fu film. And I also looked up what the banner said when they hung him naked, and it said something along the lines of King of the Drunken Master or something, like kind of like making fun of him.
Making fun of his stature.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan, what about you? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
thumbs up, man. I said earlier on, I haven't seen a Jackie Chan movie in a long time. I kind of forgot how much I liked him. Not because it's like the kung fu, but also the comedy. And I think in this movie, I've never seen this before, but like he shows his acting range. Like I said, he plays a good drunk. He showed some sad emotions, which I liked. The stepmom I thought in this movie is amazing. Like she did a great, like hammed it up really well. So yeah, thumbs up from me.
And for me, I agree with everybody. Thumbs up. It is a fantastic action movie. Like I did say my problem with the story, although no one agreed with me. But I think in general, action characters are amazing. The acting is really well done. And it's just a really, really good action movie if you're into that type of stuff. Even if you don't like kung fu movies, it's still a good action movie.
It has heart, which I like. Because not a lot of action movies have heart. This has heart. So yeah.
There's friendship in this movie. There's action. There's drinking.
Evil white guys.
Bad British white guys. There's fish.
There's fish.
There's everything.
If you like,
this film has it all.
If you like the fish, they got fish.
If you like imbibing fuel.
There's a giant rutabaga.
There's a rutabaga.
If you don't like bonsais, don't watch this.
Brian, what about you? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up. This is my favorite Jackie Chan movie of all time. I highly recommend checking out this film and all of his films. Not all of them are great, but he has plenty of other great ones. So.
I feel like the action in all of them is still great, even if the stories are not great.
Yeah.
So check out Jackie Chan films.
Well, thank you, Brian. And that's the old pal fist for Drunken Master. Jackie Chan can look for his picture of my fist in his email. I'll send it right over.
Get fisted.
Get fisted and get fisted, Jackie Chan.
Oh boy, put it on a shirt.
Yeah,
Sure. It's a Jackie Chan.
I'd wear it.
I would. Yeah. It's that typical meme of like doing this thing, like the he's like, it says "Get Fisted Jackie Chan."
get fisted, Jackie.
Jesus.
We can have we'll get a shirt with all the names of the people that we fist for the first season on the back.
Get fisted. The
Yeah,
following
Indiana
people
Jones.
can get fisted.
Tiptoes.
Yeah.
No, the tiptoes doesn't get fisted.
It gets fisted.
No.
Yep.
Next week, Jordan, what movie are we watching for next week?
I'm a little nervous about this one. We're doing Heat. Classic.
Why are you nervous?
Because we've been doing kind of like more silly stuff, but like this, I love this film so much. It's very near and dear to me.
Tiptoes wasn't silly.
Tiptoes
Tiptoes
is very silly, man. It's more serious, we don't normally do that. I think it's the most serious film we've probably been doing, but I love it so much. But like, I think it'll be good to do it with you guys because I know for a fact Jeff's seen this, I know Brian's seen this, but I know for a fact Chris has not seen this. So this is why I chose this, because it's a classic.
It's been a really long time since I'd seen it.
Is this like a sexy movie or?
There's some
heat?
There's sexy.
There's some whoopsie doodles in there.
Oh
boy!
I see some doodles. I don't know if they're whoopsieing, but
You see a doodle or two.
okay. Well, cool. All right. Rad. I'm on board.
So stupid. It's a crime thriller movie.
Drama. Comedy.
Chris is like, it's like Ocean's 12 or 11, whatever. But it
Italian Job.
it was like kind of, for me, the first movie where like they blur the lines of morality between both sides of the law. So I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I get choked up watching any of that movie all the time.
He chokes himself while watching
I
it.
choke myself.
He asphyxiates to the end.
I'm like, oh yeah.
For 3.5 hours.
Crime.
Jordan, what are you doing up there? You choking the chicken again? Time for dinner.
I'm vacuuming, Mom. Get out.
I'm watching Heat, Mom. Get out of here.
I'm watching Heat again.
I'm in Heat, watching Heat.
Wow, what?
All right, so next week we are watching Heat. I have no idea what it is.
Set your watches.
Set your watches.
Clean
Please
your
leave a
glasses.
comment on your podcast platform of choice. We have them all up and running.
By the way, if you go to YouTube and just hit type in Watch Pals, it's all watch stuff. Watch related
do that.
things. It's watch related.
Please go to watchpals.show.
Yeah.
All the links for our social medias and our website, watchpals.show, can be found down below in the show notes. If you have any questions or suggestions or that you want to reread on the air, maybe, you can hit us up at watchpalsshow@gmail.com. Again, all that stuff's in the show notes. Also, we'd like to thank Ben Miller for our logo art, and you can find his work at his Instagram below in the show notes. Thank you, Brian, for bringing this movie to us this week.
Thank you, Chris, and the other gentleman, once again, for having me.
Thank you, Jeff, for being here.
Get fisted, Jackie Chan.
Jordan, thank you for being here.
I'm glad I had Brian.
You had a Brian?
I had him.
I
had a Brian last night.
Thank you out there in Watchland. Until next time, please set your watches for the next episode of the Watch Piles. Good night.
The watch piles?
Make sure you make some piles of watches for us.
Change the name.
Burn them. Burn them.
That's what we should call a 0 out of 0, a watch pile.
Okay.
That's
a watch
good. Burn
Watch Pile us next time. Good night.
it. Idiots.
That was good.